You couldn't retire Chris Algieri. What the fuck makes you think you're going to retire Manny Pacquiao? Let me tell you, dude, something. There's only one person that can retire Manny Pacquiao, and that's Manny Pacquiao. The only other thing that might make Manny Pacquiao retire is if Floyd Mayweather grabs his balls and gives the man a rematch. Other than that, he ain't retiring. The only dude that can retire him is him. Okay? Um, Even if you were to lose on points to Spence and retire, it's not because you knocked him into retirement. It's because, and as I've said before, you're not knocking Manny Pacquiao out. You haven't knocked anybody out at that level. So you're not sending anybody into retirement. If Pacquiao retires, it'll be at his own behest. Now, I was reading an article, I forget which website it was on, where Freddie Roach was talking about Pacquiao and Spence and A, B, C, and D, and he was basically like, hey, man, this is what Freddie Roach, these are Freddie Roach's words, not mine. It was initially Freddie Roach shunned the idea of Pacquiao fighting Spence at this age, but the more tape he watched of him, the more he thought it was a good move for Pacquiao. And I'm inclined to agree. This is the shit I've been telling you guys all along. Freddie Roach sees what I see. You don't see what we see. You don't got the magic eye, bro. And as I've also told you, Freddie Roach also brought this up in this article, is the Thurman fight. Now, given it was a couple years ago, 2 years ago, whatever, Thurman's a mobile target. He's a moving target. Spence isn't a moving target. And as I've been telling you since day one, that's what's going to cost Errol Spence in this fight. That's what's going to cost him his third set of teeth. You understand? I'm not going to mention the channel's name. But me and another one of the channel you all would know, we had a private conversation a few nights ago, and we were talking about this fight, and he was giving me the business because he knows I'm a big Pacquiao guy. He's like, how you think about this being Pacquiao's last fight and shit? And I'm like, motherfucker, this shit ain't gonna be Pacquiao's last fight. You just watch and see. But that just goes to show you it's one of them types of fights, bro, where you know, people are split on it. People are split on who they think's gonna win, what they think's gonna happen, A, B, C, and D. And only great fights can make people think that way. You know, same thing with like a fight like Taylor and Ramirez, or Chocolatito Estrada, or Usyk and AJ. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been a pretty good year of boxing. I can't really lie to you. I have really no complaints. Like I say, those 6 fights right there. Chocolatito Estrada, Taylor Ramirez, Castaño Charlo, 2 of them are for undisputed. Pacquiao Spence, Fury Wilder 3, Usyk Joshua. Like, I ain't got much to complain about this year, to be honest with you. Did we get every single fucking thing we've been asking for? No, but you know, that's how life is. You don't get everything you ask for. But Freddie Roach basically pointed out to me what I've been pointing out to y'all all along. Spence ain't a moving target. He's a standing target. He's a stationary target. He's there to get hit. Thurman's a mobile target. He's hard to hit. He moves around. He uses his feet, uses his hand speed. Spence stands there. And that's what Pacquiao wants you to do, is for you to stand there. And which is why I'm telling y'all, you know, everybody's going to say, oh, well, the smart money's on Spence. He's the bigger guy. He's the younger guy. And well, on the flip side of that, I'm going to say, well, Pacquiao's the more experienced guy. He's the wiser of the two. In my opinion, he's the harder puncher of the two, too. Another thing that people keep seeming to forget about, bro. Who Spence knocked out? Crawford hits harder than Spence. A lot of these dudes hit hard. Like, man. But Freddie Roach said the same thing I did. You know, initially, I didn't like the idea. I was more along the lines of, let's see Pacquiao beat the shit out of Mikey Garcia and get a little tune-up fight first. But now I don't give a fuck. The man's 42 years old. And the article also said that, you know, if a 42-year-old Pacquiao decided not to fight Spencer Crawford, nobody can fault him for that, bro. He's 42 years old. Again, that's like asking a 42-year-old Roberto Duran to fight a prime Gerald McClellan 4 weight classes above his natural weight. But Freddie Roach basically, he sees what I see. We have the magic eye, and you, my friend, you do not. You don't. You've lost that love and feeling, son. Freddie Roach, he said, you know what? The more tape, Freddie, that's what Freddie said, the more tape I watch of it, and of course he's going to, back Pacquiao regardless, but still, the fact that he's saying what I've been telling y'all all along is my point. Thurman's a moving target. Spence isn't a moving target. And like Freddie said, like Frankie said, I did it my way. Like Freddie said, the more and more tape you watch of it, the more you see what I see, what Freddie Roach sees, what Manny Pacquiao sees. And the closer and closer we get to go time, the more and more realization you fuckers are going to have to come to. That this little Filipino bastard in his 40s is going to pummel the fuck out of this little pill-popping, liquor-drinking, car-crashing fuckhead that pretends he's from the hood. He's a dead man. He's a fucking corpse. You understand? That motherfucker's deader than JFK in Dallas, Texas on October of 1963. You understand me? His head's gonna come apart like that fucking bullet that hit JFK in his fucking forehead. I wish JFK could get resurrected so I could whack him again, by the way. Like, I'm watching Spence train. Spence is... And another thing. I've been watching Spence train. He's training to land one shot. He's not going to land a perfect shot on Manny. He's training purely for power. No speed. Just dumbbells, bench presses, and power punching. That's all he's training for. Thurman was doing the same shit. He was training like that nigga was training like he was going up for the NFL Combine or something. That's what Spence is doing right now. And you're making a mistake. You need to be working on your feet. You need to be working on your hand speed. And you're not doing that. You're doing dumbbells. You're power punching, fucking loading up on one big shot, thinking it's good. Nah, Pacquiao's gonna whack this fucker. You just watch, like I say, Fred. You'll see what I see, what Freddie sees, what Manny sees, what Justin Fortune sees. You don't have the magic eye. I, on the other hand, do. Because I've been doing this for 20 years. Fuck Spence, he's a dead man. He's a fucking corpse, you cocksuckers. Salute to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the NBA championship, by the way. Salute, everybody.